to be born in a family, do the negotiation conclude over there by still the choice of that individual, or the
No, no,
masters?
no. It works both ways.
Okay, the masters also participate and say, no,
Absolutely.
this is your
Because
desire.
I've explained the work in progress and the tools that we will work with is only for your spiritual enhancement. Now, in that spiritual enhancement, you might be born in an affluent family, but then you're on your own, free will and wish on how you want to lead your life. Are you completely snapping your energy, snapping your connect at the soul level, or you're moving on, right? Sometimes you might be a very young soul, but you need a hand holding exercise, and you may still have many more births left.
Correct.
So that there is no one formula.
So my question was, to what extent the will and wish of the soul prevails, and to what extent those are overruled by the master
No,
and you.
100% free will and free wish for everyone. As I said, once you come to that consciousness and understanding, it is your free will and wish, right?
That is after birth.
After birth,
No, I'm
yes.
talking about, still I'm at the situation of the judgment where the jury and you negotiate what is your next birth. So, like for example, everyone then would like to be born in the super rich family and super affluent. I'm just giving you an example. But some people get those births, some people don't get some birth.
Yes, so I've explained. Now I said there is no one formula. One is you've got lot of excess good baggage. Now you want to get rid of that good excess baggage. Then you'll be born in an affluent family, right?
You're right.
For example, you so hanker to be an artist. You want to be a film star, correct? You'll be given that opportunity. And then you might make your wealth through that, or you might lose your wealth through that. Right? Not necessarily where you are born. You don't have to be born in an affluent family to be a film star, but you can become affluent by becoming a film star. Understood?
Yeah.
Or through your education, or through your contribution to society, or through your research, so on and so forth. So it's a very, one is that what you bring with you when you open your box, right? That's okay. You've got 80% of goodness. What do you want to do with that goodness? Yeah,
So,
you should be given an opportunity to be born.
okay, so
Yeah, so
it is
you,
based on what your bank balance is
correct,
about
correct.
your sanchit karma or.
Spot on. So that bank balance you've got to finish, right? You can't keep carrying on and on and on. It'll become very heavy at the soul level.
So based on the bank balance or based on the resources or the cumulative samskaras and impressions and overall karma, you are given an opportunity to leverage those in the solution mode.
Yes, you will leverage. As I said, we'll be
You.
looking at that manual, Okay, you've got so much of noble deeds that you've done or good karmic cycle, right?
Right.
So we have to make you light. We want to finish that off. So good karmic cycle and not so good karmic cycle, both has to be balanced out.
So I understood this question. Now, the quick third question is then, what is liberation? Because there's a concept, it says you are liberated from birth and death. If this process continues, then.
This process will continue till, it's like you're wearing 10 coats. At one stage, you removed one coat, you feel light. Then you've removed the second coat, you feel lighter. Like this, till you continuously, when you remove all your coats, what do you feel?
Completely light.
Free.
Free, huh?
When you get to that completely nullifying your good and not so good karmic cycle, and you come to a stage where you say, thus far and no more, no more births, I'm done. Somewhere you are at the spiritual level awake. It's like saying you've gone through so much of turmoil, you've gone through so much of hardships, you've taken so much that illusionary world does not attract you anymore. So liberation is not liberation. Great souls keep coming back to earth for doing good universal spiritual work, but they don't have any sanskaric baggage on that soul. They come to deliver, to do a cause, to leave a message, and they go back. You could be coming back again, but in that stage of liberated stage where you have no more karmic cycle on you.
And the people who don't want to get born again, are they?
Yeah, you're a spiritual worker.
So there are
Yes,
many, or
of
there are
course,
small?
many.
Spiritual workers who doesn't want to come back.
Correct.
So they work there and
You're liberated, you don't want to come back in that cycle
right.
till you are ready again.
Right. And when the spiritual workers are there, they don't want to come back and they want to work from there. So who is their boss? Who's the guru or who's their leader or how do they work? Where they live? Where they stay and what?
There is no staying, you're just moving. As I told you, there is no physical form. The soul is just moving, right? It just moves. If it feels like it wants to stay in a hermit, it'll just visualize a hermit, visualize a small little place to stay, or it'll visualize a palace to stay, right? So you work with your own guiding angels, and you work with your own masters, the lineage that you have, right? They help you, they prepare you. They are constantly energizing you.
And those masters are also guided?
No, they are at a stage of realization. Yeah, they are guided because they are merged in that energy, right? Perfect masters, they are merged in that superpower energy. So they already realized soul, they already have that empowerment. They themselves run the universe. Baba saying, I keep saying Sai Baba runs my universe. What I mean by that realized soul of Sai Baba is constantly doing that universal work for me. Through universal workers, spiritual workers. So they are constantly doing that work.
So
So
if
a liberated soul, or that ancient soul called Meher Baba in my last avataric age also keeps coming back. So there is nothing like you're liberated completely. Liberation is a state of mind. It's a state of the soul where you feel liberated.
the Baba lovers like us and many, if we don't want to come back after death, who actually becomes our spiritual master? It is one of the perfect masters or it is Baba, you yourself becomes our...
Baba becomes your guide and guru. Baba will hand you over to your right tutor. So that is why I'm saying hold on to my daman. If it is my energy, you hold on to my daman and I'll put you on to the right. You only know 5 perfect masters, right? Because you only knew about them when an avatar is born. But there are so many perfect masters. You may have a birth, this life you may have an Indian birth, right? Maybe your next birth may be in Philippines, might be in South America, it might be anywhere for that matter. Because the soul is constantly going through transition, right? Continuously going through that transition of expanding its knowledge for its own spiritual awakening through different births, through in different places, different experiences.
So you decide about Baba lovers and you assign a right perfect master or a spiritual guide to all of us. If someone's desire is very strong that they don't want to be born again, so you will fulfill that desire that you don't need to be born again, continue to be a spiritual worker. And like you said, that come back with Baba after
Yes, for the
700 years.
interim period, yes, absolutely.
So the 700 years that you talked about that you will come back, that 700 years in astral world is like how many years?
Could be many light years. When I say 700 years, I'm talking about every 100 years on planet Earth.
Planet Earth, yes.
Right, but there is no time, there's no concept of time. There's no concept of time there.
Everything is standstill.
No, it's not. It is continuously in motion, right? So why? What is the kind of time you want to relate to? Are you going to sleep? Is it time for your breakfast? No, you just soul is just replenishing itself from the energy that is around. So there is no such concept of time.
So there is no beginning or no end.
There is no beginning and there is no end. Yes.
And therefore there is no time.
Yes, it is related to the time you spend there for your own understanding. Baba saying we should end on this note, and all I can say is hold on to my daman, because every birth is only determining in your own words of me that my soul doesn't want to be born again and be liberated.
And can you help us to not do anything wrong so that we create more baggages and help us
Yes,
to lighten?
all Baba saying all the tools are available, right? Reading, writing, listening, speech. Correct. All the tools are there. How much you want to engage yourself with those tools is up to you. And even if you don't want to, you just chant my name and hold on to my daman.
And you will ensure that we don't create problems for our journey.
Yes,
spiritual
don't
progress.
get into that panic mode stage. What next? Accept, as I started by saying my conversation today. Live for the moment, live in the present. Who knows what? Be in the state of preparedness of meeting me. So if you're always thinking about how you're going to meet me, how presentable you want to be, you know, I'm just saying, what all you want to show me, right? Baba, I've got this for you, my little gift for you. So if you're in that state always, do you think you will do anything that is incorrect? When you're making a presentation, you want to make sure that the comma, semicolon, dot is where it needs to be. Because there's so many people who are going to watch that presentation and make an impression about you, correct? So you are making a constant presentation, right? You're adding, you're deleting, you're minusing, right?
Correct.
You're making the whole presentation more um, um, visually appealing, correct? Isn't it? Adding color, font, so whatever. So that's what it is. You're constantly working on your own presentation or presenting yourself back to me. So if you are constantly in that mode of remembering that I'm making a presentation, when I go there, I'm going to present myself, right? So you don't want to do a shoddy work, right? Do a decent work. Do a decent presentation to me, correct?
Correct. So we are preparing the presentation. The whole life is about preparing the
Absolutely,
presentation.
absolutely. But Maya takes over so much illusion. That is why I've always said Mehra's energy was the other side of me, which had to be controlled. And that energy was only controlled representation of unconditional love. Only through unconditional love in the form of Mehra, I could control that energy. If there was any vested interest in that energy, I could not have worked together. So finish on that lovely note.
Yes, Baba.
Back with his hand like that,
Back.
nodding his head. I was saying, Baba loves you all and hold on to my daman.
Thank you, Baba.
Do my prayers and be happy.